Right. I forgot the music was playing for this event. I honestly thought it was only during the 2 to 5 window where the rocket stops would be everywhere, but maybe it's for the whole weekend? If so, I feel like I've really been missing out. Yeah, I gotta make sure my phone is not silenced, because that usually kills the audio in the recording, even if I can hear it in my headphones. But we'll stall for some more time to actually listen to the music a bit by actually swapping over to my new best buddy, good old Hoopla. I gotta give a special shout out to that Go Battle League episode, where I finally decided to start using it, because I had it as my buddy and I was able to like help boost it into the excited state, which would let me get enough hearts to actually make it my best buddy today. Just unlike a Go Battle League that I did on my own on a lunch break. So now we can play around with a pretty fun mind game mechanic. Having 2 best buddies on the field. Only one of them is gonna get the stats boost, because you can have only one buddy equipped at a time. Which one will be the real buddy? Who knows? At least that's the mind games I'm hoping for on my opponent's end. So yeah, we'll start this kind of like the last time. Go to the Masters until I lose, and then play around with the other league. Because I would love to get 5 Masters in a row on screen. And technically, like, if I'm gonna be fixated on one of these Go Battle League formats, it makes sense to do it for the one that is gonna be the longest board rotation, because I assume like once Season 1 starts, we'll be starting with Great League, Ultra League, and then Master Leagues again. So it's the fact that I actually found myself fond of Master Leagues to some degree kind of makes me want to spend a little more time with it. So it's time to actually try out this strategy and see how it goes. This will be my first time using Kumatora on screen with it, without it actually getting the buddy boost. I feel like in the past the only times I actually used Kumatora without having it equipped with my best buddy was when was by accident when I forgot. But like, it's kind of weird. I actually been getting more use out of Gyarados and Metagross lately than I have been on my Raikou, despite the fact that like Raikou was what made me confident enough to actually do Master Leagues to get to the point where I am with it. So let's just see how this first fight goes and play from there. So I got my Metagross League, got the Dialga League. It's an even matchup. I think if I stay in, I can win it, but I do lose my Metagross in the process, which is bad because I don't know what other Pokemon are going to be involved. And I had to take some time to refresh myself on like overcharging. I noticed like in some of my past battles, I've been falling back on accidentally hitting the fast move button too many times, causing a little delay in when I get my charge move out. So that's a lot of damage, but I mean, I resist both the Iron Head and the Draco Meteor that he wants to throw at me. And I think only a fool would throw a Draco Meteor out against Dialga, or I mean a Metagross anyways, because it gets resisted and you got that stats boost. Yeah, it kind of sucks that I'm losing Metagross so early on, but I did waste both his shields. I haven't wasted any of mine. So I guess we're just kind of at the point where we're seeing shields for Pokemon. Unfortunately, I don't really got a good incentive for this, but I mean, like... Well, actually, Hoopla's not that bad, as long as I actually use the shields, because Dragon Breath is doing a lot for being resisted, and I can get a Crunch out. Okay, so his other move is Thunder. That's the one I keep forgetting they have. So it's a good thing I blocked that. Sending out the Kyogre right here is fine though, because I can just save off my energy for an Outrage. Getting rid of the shield so early on is a huge advantage for me. It kind of sucks they had to sacrifice my Metagross for it, especially because it was the main key to taking out the Dialga, but if I like wear away everything else, I think I'll be okay. Now, there's definitely not enough energy for Thunder, so I'll just not shield. Oh. I mean, this is okay because like Raikou can like get the energy off on the Kyogre to actually do some work on the other Pokemon. I have to not shield because I don't know what that last Pokemon is, I just realized. So I might need to shield something more devastating, but that is a lot of damage to take. I might have Might have sacrificed the match a little too early on. Now, whatever he brings out, I'm going for Shadow Ball. Because it... Perfect. Because I definitely wanted to have the Shadow Ball off on this Dialga instead of the Wild Charge. Wild Charge! Dang it. Of course it's a Togekiss. If I shielded the Surf, I would have been fine. But no, I'm gonna get charmed to death. Well... Learning experiences are learning experiences. Now we actually play around with the other leagues at least. And sure, let's try out this Great League I just put together in like 2 minutes. It was originally going to be like have the Quagsire League to like get Acid Sprays off on things, but I realized Water Ball's a lot more spammy, and if people are leading with things like Skarmory, it might work out better for me. It all depends on what leads that I catch with this. And Castform actually has a surprisingly good niche in the Sylph League, which is a pretty prominent Great League format. So it'll be interesting to see how it forms here. Now this should be a good situation for my Castform, because I'm fire against the grass, but we'll just see how well this plays out. Apparently my opponent does not like it either. So this is exactly what I have the Alolan Muk for, just to handle Azumarill fairly well. Ice Beam might hurt. Oh, hello dog. This is a little awkward of a time. I can't pause right now, dog. And I finally closed the door. And getting that Sludge Wave off is nice, but or Acid Spray off is nice and all, but I just realized that, yeah. Sludge Wave is a move that's meant more for crippling Pokemon, or Acid Spray is a move for crippling Pokemon. It might be better to have Sludge Wave on this guy. This was just left over from a Sylph League Cup. But it will probably do enough of a job to take care of the Azumarill, which is all I can really hope for. I mean, sure, might probably... Oh, actually, with all the defense drops, I actually am able to take it out. And if I can get one more Acid Spray off before going down, that actually would be wonderful. I did not even need to use my other move. The Acid Spray was doing a lot more work than I thought it was, which is probably a bit of a shame, because... I was gonna say I don't really have anything good for this, but I do have Sunny Castform. It's just ready to Water Ball all the competition. And I'm just really stingy about using my shield, because I feel like I might need it for the end, especially with my Quagsire being the last thing going up here. This team's actually doing pretty well for something I put on the spot, and it actually is honestly starting to show, because like I would never normally have 2 Acid Spray Pokemon on one team. The move is good, but the fact that it's more of a crippling move rather than a move to do raw damage, and you only get like 6 moves, 6 charge moves altogether in the Go Battle League between like your attacks, 2 charge moves between 3 different Pokemon. It does add up kind of quickly. So having 2 moves that are just mostly just for status reduction isn't exactly an ideal situation, but it looks like it'll work out for this match. Thankfully I do have another Quagsire in the back that's the more traditional Stone Edge Earthquake set that might work well in finishing and rounding off things. I mean, hey, a win's a win. Give me a sec to swap around the Pokemon a bit though. I don't want to waste charge TMs on this team, but it might be for... Since I don't think I can really mess around with Sludge Wave or Acid Spray, might be worth trying a more traditional set with the Quagsire. Yeah, Mr. No Arms is the one with Acid Spray, and Ms. No Arms the one with the Earthquake Stone Edge set, and I believe the better IVs. So this will be a fun and a half. Probably gotta get one Ultra League set in here around 6 off. Ooh, Bastiodon. This might actually be an okay matchup for Castform, and apparently my opponent agrees. So now I realize just how ill-prepared my team really is for Swampert. And I think my greed with my shields is gonna cost me, because yeah, that probably was something that I'd rather shield. And now I find myself wishing that I had Acid Spray on this Quagsire, because I can at least shield bait some... do some shield baiting in, and even if he doesn't block it, then I get some defense drops that might help me out later on. But instead, I gotta hope that my opponent predicts the Earthquake here and uses a shield. But I get the feeling like that won't even be necessary. Actually, that won't be necessary. Because I almost had enough for another Stone Edge and that would have taken him out. But yeah, I'm not going to survive that hit. At least I'm at a point where possibly I can get up to the Dark Pulse. Actually, even an Acid Spray would be enough. And there's no way he has enough for an Earthquake, does he? No. I mean, like, I'm taking way too much damage from my Pokemon to actually justify how far I've been going down, but I have enough energy to, like, spam some Acid Sprays and hopefully, like, lead the way for my Castform to sweep the rest of the team. It's basically the only hope I have left. Especially because my opponent just is so weakened already. So we'll get the Acid Spray off on here. The problem is, like, he'll probably just swap out. To be fair, he probably has the fine opportunity to swap out as soon as I swap my Castform in. And this isn't really great for me either, because 1, I have no shields, 2, he has Smackdown, 3, he can swap anytime. By the time I can swap back to Muk to actually do anything, I'm dead out of luck. 4, my Muk has like a sliver of health left. So yeah, this is why you don't put together a team in like 2 seconds. You have to actually take the time to actually think about what's in the meta, what will work out, and go from there. But I want to just try something different, because like if I'm gonna do multiple recordings for every battle I do, I want to have a little bit of diversity to the point where I'm okay with losing some matches. Yeah, if I don't get the first win in the Master Leagues, then like the main goal of trying to get, what I'm trying to say is, the main goal of this video was to try to get 5 Master League wins. And since I didn't do that, it's just whatever I feel is fun to do. Speaking of fun to do I want to try this team again? It kind of failed me the last time, but not really so sure about these other ones. We'll try this team one more time. See if we can catch a Togekiss or Articuno by surprise. Because I got like 1 Master League match here, 2 Great Leagues, 1 Ultra League, and I guess I could decide whether I wanted to do another Ultra or another Masters to round out the video. Apologies if these ones take a bit longer to come up than usual, because I'm swapping between league teams so often. I just know it's like it's going to take a little bit more editing on my sidebar graphic. Unless I want to cheat and like put all 3 of my teams in one video. Yes, I've given myself some food for thought at the very least. So Giratina, I forget oh. Sorry, I got a little leg in the start there, but I think it evened out. Especially because I think I missed 1 tap. So I think this works to my advantage, but it's kind of rough. I resist Ancient Power real good, and I resist the Dragon Claw. I guess he was just trying to go for that. He was trying to go for the buff, I get the feeling. That's the only reason he decided to stay in. Alright, I'm gonna regret this, but I'm not gonna shield. Yep, it was a nice punch. I mean, granted, that's still not too bad of damage. Like, I would have rather taken that one than to not have the shield at the end to take a second nice punch. So, I think I'll shield this time. My gut tells me I'm getting banged with the power-up punch, but I'm just feeling like I'm second betting myself. And there we go. Alright, so we're at least even up in shields. I can get up to one more Frenzy Plant. And we'll see if he decides to shield this or just let his Poliwrath go down. I'm personally hoping it's the latter, but I think I can make either one work out for me. Because now he has no shields. It might require sacrificing my Venusaur, but if I don't waste a shield here, I have the advantage in shields, which could help me out later on in the match. The one downside is, I'm not sure if I have enough to get to a Frenzy Plant. In hindsight, this is not exactly a good matchup for me, but I did want to go for that switch anyways. I think that's the first time I'm seeing a clone Pokemon in PvP. But yeah, they get the special moves too. And I'm kind of wondering if I should have used my shield there. I'm just so scared because the shield advantage is all I really have for now. So I don't want to give it up without a decent fight. And yeah, like, I'm not gonna shield. The Venusaur's almost down. I could use the shield for like, I get my Venusaur in. No, I'm gonna use it for my Aggron just because if he deals for a charged attack, I can block it, and then I can like spam the next Pokemon with some heavy slams or stone edges. I gotta remember that Togekiss is also weak to stone edge, so if it's a Togekiss, go for stone edge, not heavy slam. It's this technically the stronger of the two moves, and you kinda need it. Okay, it's Giratina. I'm just gonna go for heavy slam. That reminds me, how is my Venus? I think no, I said my Venusaur was low on health. That switch kind of makes me feel like I was better off going for the Stone Edge, but how could I have told? But at least I can get out of there before I take any serious damage. Frick. I didn't realize I had so much energy, otherwise I would have just gone for the Frenzy Plant. If I had enough energy to at least take out the Pokemon. But at least I can hopefully get this out before taking too many counters. It was a hard-earned fight. Everyone did good. If I played a little bit better, I might have been able to win it, but it was a good game overall. It's a little insulting to go down to a Dragon Claw of all things, but it is what it is. Now that was so good, I want to try that again. It feels like a little waste because like I could be trying to get that legendary Pokemon out of the 4 rewards, but we're all here to just have fun first and foremost. What's not fun is like this setup, but it's my fault for like leading with such an. There's a reason why people don't use Aggron, and honestly, why do I keep making this switch? I am technically neutral to the grass, but it still hurts. Now shield. Hate to waste a shield so early on, but might work to my advantage if I like just spam some crunches and Dragon Press. Dragon Press is probably going to do more damage to the Venusaur than anything I have, because my opponent will probably shield a couple of these attacks. But if I can end the situation with one shield and my opponent having no shields, that would be good. Which is, in hindsight, might been better for me not to shield right away, but I guess it's a very similar situation in the end. Alright, now at least I think my Venusaur's at a point where we can finish off this diddle. Unfortunately, I don't want to waste my last shield so early on, so he's probably going to go for the Sludge Bomb, and that's going to hurt. But hey, at least at this point I don't have to go up for I can just go for the straight Frenzy Plan, because it is in a range where it'll get taken out, so I don't have to worry about trying to shield bait anything. Because he'll use his shield up anyways. Wow, okay, actually I'm taking a lot more damage than I thought real early on, so we're both down on shields before I could really do anything, but at least this way, I'll definitely be able to like get a Frenzy Plan off and at least take out the Venusaur before I go down myself. What was the first Pokemon again? Oh, wow, that was actually not even enough to take it out, but that's good for me. I'll take a little bit of energy to go into whatever's next. I get the feeling I'll need it. Okay, this is something I would actually want Aggron for. Leg? Thank you very much for catching up. I'm just still struggling with the common courtesy, because it feels like in some situations the lag catches up with both people after you, like, tap. So, like, actually waiting for him would give me the disadvantage, because he would still get his taps in once the game catches up. So, I mean, I'm still kind of struggling with the whole morale of all that. Oh yeah, Earthquake is this thing. That's like the one move that Snorlax has that would be an issue for me. And I really shouldn't... I should have just gone for the Frenzy plan much earlier on. But I was already in a bad situation anyway, so I just decided to go for it and see if I could pull it off. And I didn't. But, you know, it is what it is. So, that was not a good set, I will admit. But I had fun with it at the very least, which is more than I can say a lot of times when I lose. And now I can don't have to worry about wasting 3-kilometer steps for Go Battle League when I actually go walking out today for the whole Rocket event. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. Maybe for the next set I'll try to take things a little bit more seriously. Feels like I would have to go back to the drawing board for Ultra League for that, at the very least. Or maybe I'll just stick with Masters going forward, because I seem to actually do pretty well in it. Either way, I'll see you all then. Take care.